Watching this film for our movie club was a gamble which, in my opinion, definitely paid off. How you doing today? My name is Ryan, and this is Down to Business Reviews. This week for Movie Club, we watched Hard 8, directed by P.T. Anderson and starring Philip Baker Hall, John C. Reilly, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Samuel L. Jackson. Hard 8 is the first feature-length film directed by P.T. Anderson and stars John C. Reilly and Philip Baker Hall as a pair of gambling partners in Reno, Nevada. The two have a good gig going until they meet a vulnerable cocktail waitress and a shady stranger with a dark secret. Ladies and gentlemen, the word of the review is gamble. I've said before many times that one of my favorite aspects of being in a movie club is that sometimes you get to watch movies that you otherwise may never have watched or never even heard of. And sometimes, that's really hit or miss. Once bitten. Excuse me. But sometimes you find a movie that slipped under your radar and is a lost gem like Hard 8. I've seen a handful of P.T. Anderson films. I even own Punch Drunk Love, which is far and away my favorite Adam Sandler movie and is just visually stunning. And I own There Will Be Blood, which is just operatic in its gloominess. Both of them are great films, but I've never actually seen Magnolia, Boogie Nights, and I didn't see The Master last year or the year before that. I know, I'm on it. I love the theme of taking a gamble in this movie. I mean, there's the surface level theme where, they're gamblers, like literally in Reno, Nevada, and there's the craps tables and the slot machines. But then there's the lower level of gambling that characters take on each other. Specifically, the character Sidney, played by Philip Baker Hall, and John, played by John C. Reilly. When Sidney meets John, John is broke, helpless, penniless. He offers to help him taking a gamble on this relationship. He teaches him how to survive at a casino, and pretty much how to survive on gambling. Sidney becomes a surrogate father figure to John, and without spoiling anything major, that is a huge gamble on Sidney's part. I love it. And that brings us to the right and wrong with Hard 8. What did this film do right? This movie was shot beautifully. P.T. Anderson's cinematographer is named Robert Elswit, and he's pretty much worked on almost every other P.T. Anderson movie, so the look of this film is consistent with Anderson's other movies. There's some really great long tracking shots done with Steadicam that are just beautifully, beautifully well done, as well as the scene with Sidney, John, and Clementine in the hotel room that is almost flawlessly executed. The casting decisions in this film are great, but especially Philip Baker Hall as Sidney. He's one of those actors that, I knew that I recognized, I just couldn't place him, and I guess that's because he's been on more TV shows than you can shake a stick at. He does a great job playing the father figure to John, and he kind of is that, wise, gambling sage that just somehow knows what to do in any situation. John C. Reilly really surprised me in this movie. I'm used to seeing him in comedic roles, so it was strange to see him in a pretty much purely dramatic role, but he delivered a pretty solid performance. Gwyneth Paltrow also did a great job. This movie came out right around the time that her career was really starting to take off, right before Shakespeare in Love, right around the same time as Seven. She brought a kind of vulnerability to the character of Clementine that I wasn't expecting. She did a great job. Also, Samuel L. Jackson and Philip Seymour Hoffman are in the film, and whenever they're on screen, they steal the show. That's just typical of those actors. But what did Hard 8 do wrong? This movie actually hits very few sour notes. I mean, the movie is very character-driven, and it can seem a little slow, a little slowly paced, which I would caution to anyone seeing a P.T. Anderson film. Most of his movies are like that. They're methodical, contemplative, and subtly beautiful. Apparently, this film was heavily edited down from Anderson's original cut of the feature because he was a new director and had practically no say in the final cut of the film, so that's kind of a shame. I would have liked to have seen his original vision for the movie, but honestly, I enjoyed this cut just fine. I thought it was a great film. Movie Club took a gamble this week, and honestly, I think hit the jackpot. P.T. Anderson's first feature-length film is beautifully shot, expertly acted, and honestly deserves as much respect as any other P.T. Anderson film. Hard 8 really surprised me, and I'm giving it an A-. Guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe if you really liked it. The question of the week is in honor of the late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman. What is your favorite Pish role? Mine is probably a tie between Lester Bangs in Almost Famous and Dean Trumbull in Punch Drunk Love, another P.T. Anderson film. Baby update, her due date has come and gone, so now it's just kind of a hurry up and wait game. She's not here yet as of recording this video, but that could change by the time it's posted or edited, so I'll keep you guys in the loop. If you didn't know, I do these reviews for SourceFedNERD's Movie Club, which airs every Saturday on their channel. Be sure to check it out, and search the hashtag SFMCHard to see the other reviews for this film. That said, make sure you follow me on Twitter, check out my Facebook page, find me on the Googs Plus. Thanks again so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time, probably with a baby. Have a good one.